So here is some general advice. There's a difference between standard rules and then common pitfalls. So one of the standard rules is that you will often hear an admissions officer posit: strive for depth, not breadth. Narrow your focus to key things and experiences. And this goes back to when I was discussing the one to three experiences versus just listing things off. Most some well, I just say it like this: some departments will require a resume, and so on the resume you already list your experiences, but you don't get a chance to explore them through analysis. So the time that you get to do that then is within the personal statement, and that's why you have a limited context. You only have 250 to 500 words to sort of express your interest in that particular major field as well as that school. So you want to take some time just to take one to either two experiences and explore them with some depth, or three experiences and explore them with a little bit of less depth. But breadth in this way, in this context, would be you taking all of your experiences and just basically listing them and taking up the whole paper, the whole personal statement context to do that, when that's really not going to accomplish anything, because remember, the admissions committee already has access to your resume as well. So strive for depth, not breadth. Evaluate your experiences rather than describe them. So in other words, take some time to sort of be critical of what it is you learned as a result of being of engaging in those experiences, right? That evaluation is you being critical, looking at the usefulness of that experience, that I needed to do that internship because there's a lot I didn't know about the field, and doing that internship really informed me, and it informed me of the work ethic that I need to build in order to sustain myself in that field. So the internship or the volunteer experiences or the conversations that I had with someone in the field really helped to illuminate the fact that I am not as competitive as I thought I was, and that I need to work on my competitiveness, or I don't really have as much of the work ethic, or I haven't built a sustainable work ethic yet. So that means I really need to stay on the task of still going to school, but engaging the field through internships and volunteer experiences, so that I can continue to build and sustain the capacity to work at that level. So that's you evaluating your experiences. That's why it's very important to engage the field through some volunteer work. Like if you wanted to be a nurse and you shadowed your mother as a volunteer for her, and you saw what she had to go through. It wasn't just a skill set that she had to know and apply, but she had to be kind to patients. You know, she had to be patient with patients who were being rude and nasty to her. She had to stand on her feet all day. She had to make sure she ate something. Had to make um, rested when she needed to rest, take her breaks, things like that. There's a lot that you learn in engaging the workforce, engaging your potential field, your career intended objective. So then you can evaluate and look back and reflect on, okay, it's just a lot I didn't know, so I need to begin thinking about that now. And then address the school's unique features that interest you. So, this kind of goes back to that statement about, I would make an excellent doctor or lawyer, but you don't really know that because you are not an excellent doctor or lawyer yet. But you don't say, I think the school will be the best school for me, without really giving an example of that. So that means for your field, what is needed? If you are a computer programmer, or you are getting into computer science, you need a really good computer lab do the types of programs, to run the types of programs that you need to run as a student, and have the capacity. So it matters that the school that you are interested in has a world-renowned computer lab, or has the capacity for the things that you want to do. If you are in an athletic program, it matters that that school is a #1 school for that particular athletics field, or context or domain, especially if you want to go pro. So addressing the school's unique features also means calling attention to the coach, the person who's coaching that team, who has won many of his games, and has winning seasons, and is a good coach in terms of encouraging his or her players. That's also important. So you have to figure out what the unique features are specific to your field, your intended field, intended field objective, career objective. And then also look at the faculty who you think you might want to work with. A common pitfall is when applicants repeat information, right? That remember, again, you are already going to submit a resume, so you don't necessarily need to repeat everything that's on a resume. You take 1 to 2 to 3 experiences and just expound on them. Do not preach to your reader, express opinions, but objectively. So this is really specific to those individuals who want to be advocates, racial injustice advocates, or homeless, chronic homelessness advocates, or any other type of immigration advocates. And you can feel the language in that that applicant's personal statement, using the conditional verb should, and it reads kind of preachy, that institutions should be doing this, institutions should be doing that. And you are there to learn, not preach to the people who are there. Your goal is to learn from the faculty members, from the school itself, from the administration, from the knowledge books, the books that you're going to read. You are there to learn. So that's why you want to be careful about preachy language. And then do not discuss money as a motivator, because then, remember, they are wanting you to become contributors to the field. That's why institutions and departments tend to be gatekeepers, especially doctoral programs. And so if you are discussing money as a motivator, that means you don't really want to become a contributor. And they want the legacy of the institution as well as the degree program to continue on. And so if all you want is to take money from it, it's going to affect the legacy of that institution, as well as that program, as well as that field. So never discuss money as a motivator.